Hey, hello everyone. Can anybody tell me, are you able to hear me or not?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So I'm Vishal and I'll be taking you today's session. You all will be knowing we'll be solving some questions in this live session, right? So I think so. Shall we wait? Like now, shall we wait for some time, like 2-3 minutes to join everyone? Right. I can see around 10 people are here. Okay. Okay, then we'll start now. Right. So I'll be sharing my screen and you can see the questions and all. I'll be giving some time and then you can solve. And then you can write in the chat box itself. Is it fine for you guys?
Yeah, okay, okay.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen? Can
Yes, sir.
somebody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yes,
fine.
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So today you can write your answer in the chat box itself because that joint PD is not working, I guess. Yeah, periodic is not working, I guess. That's why you can write your answer in the chat box itself, and then we can discuss, right? Mm. So some of the definition I'll be discussing in the starting, and then we can start with some questions. And so first is what is statistic? Okay, where is that? Yeah, statistic. Most of you will be knowing it's a basic thing, nothing like rocket science in that. It's a simple definition. It's the art of learning from data. It is concerned with the collection of data, their subsequent description, and their analysis, which often leads to the drawing of some conclusion. From the statistic, we can conclude so many things. If we are having some data of something if you are having the data of anything like states now how most of the countries have recovered from COVID itself. Statistic has helped a lot in recovering them because without statistic it would be very difficult to analyze everything. Okay, so like the mortality rate or fertility rate, anything. So with the help of statistic now, many of the companies have recovered, and now we are also like we are not on that like good position, but with the time we'll be also recovering from this pandemic. So now there are like you all be knowing mainly we describe like we categorize the statistic in like two parts, like one is the descriptive statistic and one is inferential. Can anybody can tell me like what is descriptive, like a little bit, like in one sentence or in one line? You can unmute yourself and you can tell.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
So in descriptive statistic, actually we have given the whole data, that is population, and we just have to summarize it. For example, we have just have to calculate its mean or something like that. But
yeah, yeah,
in inferential statistic, actually we have a piece or subset of data, and we have to infer about from the whole population from which the data has been taken.
yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. Absolutely right. It's generally a branch of statistic. Descriptive, generally a branch of statistic that generally deals with describing the population that we study. To summarize some data, we can use some bar graph or something, pie chart and all, to describe the population or sample whatever we are having. Okay, and it's, yeah. Yeah, it's the part of statistic concerned with the description and summarization of the data is descriptive, and the inferential is generally the branch of data that aims at making some deduction about the population with the help of some sample survey or some observation. It's generally we are making some inference from them. Some, it's not a prediction, but some conclusion we are making. Okay. So, what is population? Can somebody can tell me like what is population, or what's the difference between population and sample? Just in one line, one sentence.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah,
think population, it is the whole set of data on which we want to study, involved in the study.
yeah.
Whereas a sample, it is just a subset of a particular part.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, correct. But do you know like can you like when generally the sample will be a good representation of a population? Can anybody tell me? Can the sample be a good representation of like a population? Like for
Yes, sir.
example, I'm giving one example. If we need to calculate the weight of whole country, whole like our country population, yeah, people, so what would be the best sample? Like what should we do? How we should take the sample? Shall we take the sample from only one state from north, or shall we need to do something else?
So the correct sample would be to take the data from all the states and from all the sections, for example, male, female, and from children, all those included.
Yeah, 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 correct, correct. Excuse me. So the population is generally the total, as like he told, the population is generally the total collection of all the elements that we are interested in. It is the generally the population. If I'm interested at the marks of the student, just example, if I'm interested in the marks of the student in IIT Madras who are enrolled in the statistic one subject, what is the population? Can anybody tell me what would be the population of, for this?
So all the students in statistics.
Yeah, correct, correct, correct. So all the students who has been enrolled in the statistic one will be the population sample. As already you have explained that the subgroup of the population that will be studied in details is called sample. It's not like most of the time what happens, we can't get all the data. If we are having all the data also, we can't do that much. I told you, if somebody has to calculate the height or some weight or something for whole population of our country, it's very difficult to do that. Okay, so we can do like we can take the samples from all the states, or we can take the samples from some of the states from the north, some of the states from the south, some of the states from the east and west, and then we can conclude something. So that would be a best representation of any population. So, Yeah. So we can start with the questions now. Like the first question is in front. Like you can see the first question. Right? Uh, so a mobile. I'll be giving some time, like 2-3 minutes. If you not don't take that much time, like more than 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. So you can like yeah, write the answers in the chat box. The question is like a manufacturing company, mobile manufacturing company received complaint from customer regarding defective mobiles. To confirm this, the company randomly selected 100 mobile phones from the total mobile phones manufactured and checked to the defectiveness of the mobile. These are the options. Like you can mark the correct option. I'll wait for like some 3-4 minutes. Everybody can see the questions, right? Abhilasha is given the answer A, B, C. A is correct. B, I don't think so. It's correct. C is also correct. Okay, fine. Fine. Priyadarsan has given the correct answer. So Guraj is telling join PD code. So today that PegTech is not working. That's why we are doing on the chat box itself. So from the next time it won't happen, but this time it's not working in the morning. That's why we are doing the chat box itself. Yeah, Priyadarsan. So most of you have given the correct answer only. Like I don't think, yeah, like B, somebody has given the B options also. But yeah. So B is not like we can't make descriptive statistic. The B option is descriptive statistic can be done using this data. don't think like A is correct, C is also correct, E is also correct. So most of you has given the correct answer only. Only the thing is you are getting confused for the B options, right? So here the first option was that yeah, definition. So the first option was the inferential statistic has been done. So most of you has given the correct answer only. How some of you has got confused between this inferential and like descriptive. Many of you have answered descriptive also. Like, can somebody can tell me who has like answered descriptive? How you thought this can be a descriptive statistic? Like, can somebody can tell me like how you thought this is a descriptive statistic? Maybe I'll help you to reduce your confusion, whatever you're having the confusion between this. Are you all guys are able to hear me? Is it like my voice is
Yes,
audible,
sir.
right? Okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Yes, sir.
okay. So the thing is, yeah, some of you has given that the wrong answer regarding the descriptive statistic.
Yeah,
Here, generally,
I
yeah,
have not given that answer, but my question is, if we consider the 100 mobiles only, then it
yeah.
can be a descriptive statistics, right?
But see, here we are not summarizing anything, right? We are not doing any mathematical things and all, right? We are not doing any bar graph. We are not making any pie chart. Anything we are not. We are just making some conclusion from whatever we are given, right? That's why it is inferential statistic, not descriptive. So the solution here is like the population already we have defined is all here. The population is all the mobile phone manufactured in the company as it is all the element of interest. Population generally all the things whatever we need to conclude. We are making conclusion. The population will include each and every element of that thing. Yeah. And the sample is 100 mobile phones selected as this is are the element on which the study is being done. So from that 100 whatever the phones we are making some we are doing some we are making we are taking this 100 as a sample and then we'll conclude something about that population. So that's why it's a sample and we are selecting randomly. So it is a good representation of that inferential statistic because it's run on this data as we are going to conclude about all the mobile phone manufactured in the company using the sample of 100 mobile phones. Okay. Uh, Now it is clear, like whoever has given the B option now, is it clear for everyone? Right? Okay, move to the second question. Nobody is replying. We can move to the second question. So the second question, this is the second question. I'll be giving you some time. You can write your options in the chat box. So this is the question for the conclusion made through inferential statistic to be correct. Which of the following statement would be valid? Because the sample should not be randomly selected. Sample should be randomly selected. Sample should be a good representation of the population. Sample should not be a good representation of the population. It's a pretty simple question. You can write it. You can do it in seconds itself. Okay. So most of you has given me the options B and C, right? Some of us has given A also as answer. How okay, the first option is the sample should not be randomly selected. If the sample is not randomly selected, how it, like mm, how we will make any conclusion from that? That is my question to some of the some of you has given A also as a correct option. How you have thought A can be a correct option? Somebody can tell me, unmute yourself and can tell me, or else we can discuss the question. Okay, so we'll discuss it. As already we have discussed about the sample and population in the starting. In the starting, when I was like some of you has also participated in that, and somebody has told everything about the samples and population. So again, we'll be discussing samples would be randomly selected so that the conclusion made on population would be correct, not biased. See, for example, in the starting, I gave you one example. If we need to calculate the weight or something like a height of whole our country, we need to get the sample from each and every states, so that would be that can make a good representation of our whole country. See, if only we are taking the height of some of the states, like if we are taking only northeast as a sample, so that won't be a good representation. Or if you are taking only south states, like 2 3 states, that won't be a good representation of our whole population. Okay, so it's better we can get some samples like 1,000 or 1,000, whatever the number of samples we can get it from each and every state. That will represent a good that would be a good representation of our sample, like the population of our whatever the height. If we are calculating the height or weight, that would be a good representation of the height or weight of our whole country. Okay, so samples should be representation of the population. That is, it should be unbiased and should represent all the distinct properties of the population. That's why we need to select randomly the sample from each and every parts of the each and every parts of the population. Otherwise, it would be a very biased thing. So now everybody got that A should not be a correct option. Should not be. B is a correct. That the sample should be randomly selected, and the sample should be a representation of the population. So B and C would be a correct option. Okay. So many of you has given me that A as a correct option. So now everything is clear regarding this question. Why A is not A is not correct. Somebody of you has given me that A as a correct option. Everything now it's clear. Can somebody tell me if it's fine, we can move ahead? Right. Okay. So yeah, for the next question, somebody can come and tell me about the data. What do you understand about the word data?
Or actually, it is just all those facts and figures we see everywhere. Facts and figures, whether
Okay.
it is any mobile number or any headline or any comment, something. Right? All
Okay.
those commented data.
Okay. 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 Fine. So data are generally the facts and figure collected, analyzed, and summarized for presentation and interpretation. Okay. So nowadays, in the starting only, I gave you the example of the COVID-19, how many of the countries are using data or using statistic as one of the major tools to overcome these things. Okay. So with the data only we can conclude something. What like how many patients are there in this state? So so many things. How many cylinders, like that oxygen cylinders we need. So with the help of this data only, we are able to conclude. Like you would have heard, Delhi is needing this much of oxygen cylinder. Like some of the states in like Kerala or Tamil Nadu is needing this much, or Mumbai is needing this much of oxygen cylinder. These all like with the help of data only, we are able to conclude these things. This much of oxygen cylinder on the daily basis, this states need, this state is needing, and that is how central government is applying or whatever thing is that. So, and the data, we generally we can categorize this into two like parts, that unstructured data and the structured data. So can you explain me, some of you can tell me about the unstructured data? Okay, what generally you understand from the unstructured data or the structured data, like some sample or something, some like difference between those two.
So those data which is not categorized in any column or row or represented in the form of a table is
Okay, yeah,
unstructured.
yeah. Yeah, so generally the unstructured is generally that is not highly specific and is not stored in some predefined form. Structured, like, that is a, you would have heard about, some of you would have heard about the DBMS also. So DBMS generally work on the structured data. That can't work on the unstructured data. See, see, if you will store unstructured data, it would be very difficult to search that. You'd have booked the ticket in the from that railways site. Okay, how generally that works? See, because all those data are stored in the structured form. That is how you are just putting. You need to go from Patna to Delhi, and they are giving you all those like trains number and everything. Where like how many seats are there, how many seats are left, and all. You can't do this with the unstructured data. DBMS generally is another like concept, how like DBMS works. So all those things, like if you are booking the flight and all, also these are all stored in some structured form. That is how we are able to search everything. Like, that is how they are also able to, that the database is able to search whatever we are putting the things, they are able to search that. So non-structured data is that when the data is scattered about no structure, the information is of very little use. It is unstructured data. We can't directly do analysis on the unstructured data. Okay, that I gave you one that example. The, so unstructured data also, somebody of you have explained about that structured data. So the structured data is not like, when data is not scattered and have some structure, or the information is very useful. It is generally highly specific and stored in some predefined format. Okay, that is how like this is structured data. uh, in the classes and all, you'd have heard about the case and variable, those type of thing also. So can you define me like what is case or observation in any data, or wherever you have seen the data in some PDF file or some CSV file? So when you define something as a case or observation, and when you define something as a variable?
So it is a set, it is a particular individual for which we are collecting data for any, like,
Yeah. So like, see, for example, if you are having some data regarding, like, see for the some patient itself in the hospital, if you go, there will be a large number of patients. So they'll be concluding, they'll be see, if somebody is in some critical condition or something, somebody is in the ICU. So what they'll be doing, they'll be like analyzing everything. Okay, what is the like what is the like BP of that patient, or some patient like A. They'll be like they'll be uh, yeah. So they'll be calculating, or the some like some devices will be there that would be that would be like calculating what is the BP, that is the systolic or diastolic blood pressure of the patient, or the breathing rate of the patient, or so many things they'll be calculating for the and then they'll be writing on some, or they'll be writing everything for the each and every patient. Like there are 5 patients at A, B, C, D. So each of the patients like A, B, C, D, all those are cases or the observation we are taking. Okay. So and whatever the variable, what is variable? Normally the variable like we are calculating blood pressure for every patient. So that blood pressure thing is the variable for each and every patient. So the variable is generally the characteristic or the attribute that varies across all the units. See, for all the patient, the blood pressure, the systolic or the diastolic thing will be different for each and every patient. Okay, or the breathing rate or like the heart rate will be difficult, like different for each and every patient. That is generally the variable thing. So the card question is in front of you all. So the option where hmm. See, so a biomedical company generated a new vaccine for COVID-19 and tested it on the few people. After a few days, medical checkup was done on them, and the report is given in the table. In table, the BP generally stands for the blood pressure. Yeah, HP stands for the high pressure, that is the systolic, and the LP stands for low pressure, that is diastolic. In the gender column, male stands M stands for male, and the F stands for female. Which of the following is the case for this data? So somebody can mute and can tell also. This is a pretty simple question.
Sir, all the names like Venkatesh, Hitesh, Kirti are the
Yeah,
cases.
yeah, correct. And what are the variables?
So variables are gender, weight, blood pressure, temperature, headache, vomiting.
So like everybody has got the concept what generally whenever see this observation and variable will be finding everywhere. Whenever you'll be getting some data, that thing will be there, that number of observation and the how that is varying with the variable, that thing will be always there. So you should not be having any confusion in that case, what is observation and what is variable. So there are so many like the later part will be knowing how like variable has been classified, whether that is a categorical variable or that is a numerical variable, or that is when we have studied about the scale of measurement, also whether this variable is ordinal or not ordinal. So many things we have studied in the later part. So you should be having a very clear thing about this. This should not be being confused regarding the observation thing and the variable. So since there's no need to explain this, yeah, this all as we told that all the names will be the cases. The data is collected for each and every person. The biomedical companies tested vaccine. Each of the patients name will be in the cases. So for the next question, we'll be discussing the concept like what is the categorical variable. Like I already told about the variable. So okay, then what is categorical variable? Can somebody tell me what is categorical variable?
So all those variables which stores name or labels like this stuff, like letters, like names and letters, labels, etc., come under the category of categorical variable.
Yeah. See, categorical variable. Yeah, you explained it correct only. Ki whenever we are having some variable and that doesn't have infinite number of things. Okay, that can be classified in some like 5 or 6 or something like 10 or 15 things. That is generally the categorical variable. It's also known as the qualitative variables. Categorical variable generally identify the group of membership. Like for example, there was one category, the one variable thing was there that is class like that variable was the gender. Okay, so we'll be having a male or a female as a category only. So each data points in this variable can only be qualified or quantified. Okay, then what is numerical variable? So,
which store quantitative values.
Yeah, correct. So like in that case, we are having that example, that blood pressure thing. So in that case, that weight variable will be, that can be a numerical variable. So also called as quantitative variable, numerical variables and numerical properties of cases, they can have measurement units. Yeah. So like weight can have the kg as a unit. Classified into like numerical variable are generally classified into continuous and discrete numerical variable. What is continuous and what is discrete? Somebody can give me the example, like not example, can differentiate between the continuous and discrete.
So discrete can be the marks of a student, and continuous can be the height of students in a particular class.
See, if somebody is playing cricket, if he is able to score from 1 to 6, so will it be under discrete or continuous? Like Dhoni is playing and he's able to hit one run from 1 to 6 in single ball.
So it
So
will
that
come in
is,
discrete.
yeah, super cool. Like the weight is continuous while the number of the items sold is discrete numerical value. So now we are having the time series data. You would have heard about that, like you would have read about this time series data and the cross sectional data. So yeah, tell me what is time series data and what is cross sectional. Yeah, cross sectional data.
So the data recorded over time is time
Yeah,
series data.
okay, fine. And what is cross sectional data?
It is observed at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, fine. So she's already explained that what is time series data. The time series generally recorded over some time. Okay. So, can you give me some example of time series data?
The weather of a place over 1 month or 1 year.
Can you repeat it? What?
The weather at a particular place over a period of 1 month.
Okay. Okay. There are so many examples regarding the time series data. Last class also I told you, like if some data we are calculating over some time, like if you are calculating the temperature of some person or something, temperature of some yeah, patient over a period of time, like every hour, every hour we are calculating the temperature and we are writing, that can come under time series data. And the cross-sectional data is generally the data that is observed at the same time at an instant of time, but for a group of people or for a group of things. Yeah, like the example can be a that is that's yeah, we can have an example like we need to see the temperature of each and every places of the all the capital city of our country at some like at the end of today's date, like or the 9th May. So that the time is generally the fixed time. We are getting the information regarding all over the like all the states, like whatever the 30 states we are having, all the states will be calculated. We can have the data regarding the temperature of the like yeah all the states. Then that can come under the cross-sectional data. What is this? So yeah, this is the question. Choose the correct statement from the following. Revenue generated by India from 10 different states, different countries through tea export in year 2010 is a time series data, or revenue generated by India during the period 2000 to 2010 on yearly basis is a time series data. So we need to like whether check which of the option is correct. And you can write in the chat box. Sometimes Guraj has asked, sir, shouldn't it be selected non-randomly as to represent the population? So I think so. He's asking on the last question, where the first option was the samples should be selected non-randomly. So I think so. I already explained about that. If we are selecting sample on the like non-randomly, like we gave that example, we need to calculate the height of all the peoples of our country. If we are taking the sample non-randomly, that means we are already biased from the starting. Okay, so if we are taking non-randomly, means we are taking the data from one state or two states only. So it's the final result will be a biased one. Okay, that's why we generally doesn't select the we generally select the sample randomly. So now it will be clear to Gururaj. Gururaj, is it fine now? We need to ensure we are selecting data from all the state. Isn't this non-uniform? Yeah, we need to ensure we are selecting data from all states. No. See, if I think so, we are getting confused. We are randomly means like we are putting. See how generally the peoples of whenever the election or something generally happens, how the news channel generally do that polling thing to have a prediction of that who is going to win or who is not going to win. Okay, so many of times you would be thinking, you would have heard that the many of the prediction of many of the news channel has gone wrong, because I think so. Like it's not the correct also. Like because many of the news channel nowadays they are not taking the samples correctly. So many of the news channel already, it's not like many of the news channels are already biased. So they'll be what they'll be doing. They'll be polarized. They are already polarized to some politics and some parties and all. And then according to that, they'll be generally they gave the not all, but some of them are there. They'll be predicting something else, and after the result will come something else because they're not taking the good sample. Okay, if they'll be taking some good samples, like they'll be each and every district, they'll be going not in each and every district or in each and every like villages, if they'll take some samples, so that could be a correct representation. What most of them are doing, they'll be going to some district which are already like they are already knowing ki it's a like this. There are some district that will be voting for some particular that particular like party and all. And if you are going and if you are taking the sample from those things only, those district or those places only, so you are not going to get a good like polling prediction. Okay, so you need to go to each and every district and each and every whatever the villages and all. Then only you can get a good prediction regarding all the population key, who's going to win and who's going to lose. So the options now, is it clear, Gururaj? You can unmute and you can ask. Like, it's taking time for you to write in the chat box. Okay, fine. So the option B, each and every one is as told about the option B, and it's correct also. See, the option A is generally the revenue generated by India from 10 different countries through the T-sport. In you see here here it can't be a time series data because the time is already fixed. The year 2010. Okay, so if the time is fixed and we are getting we are having a different number like 10, we are having the 10 different countries, like 10 different cases or 10 different observations we are already having. So it can't be a time series data. It is a cross-sectional cross-sectional data, because we are calculating for the fixed we are already fixing the time, and then we are taking a different observation, and then we are having the data of different observation with the fixed time. So that's why it is a cross-sectional data. That's why the first option is incorrect. The second option, revenue generated by India during the is a time series data. Okay, so here the number of cases is only one, that is India. So for India, we are having the data of the how much the revenue has been generated from the year 2000 to 2010. That is, for each and every year there is some time gap, and for the each and every time gap we are calculating, we are not calculating, we are having the revenue like generated thing. So that's why it's a time series data. The fifth question is, which of the following is a numerical variable? The options are the height, Aadhaar card, PAN card, passenger name, reservation number, and stop fast time. So you can write your answer in the chat box. I'll be giving you 3-4 minutes for that. It's a good question. Yeah. So somebody, Olivia has given BDE. Olivia, can you tell me how you have thought B is a numerical variable? You can unmute yourself and you can tell me. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
is Aadhaar card number is a 16, 12-digit number, no?
Yeah, that is fine. That is a 12-digit number. But can we do like addition or subtraction on the Aadhaar card number? Can we do anything with the
Okay,
Aadhaar card number?
that's not possible.
Yeah. So you have given me the D option also. Like D is
Okay,
passenger
yes,
name
it's the
reserve.
same concept, it will deduct.
Yeah.
BD is
Yeah.
not correct. So only
So
that E option is correct.
see the height, first
E
option,
and
height.
height also correct because you can add and subtract the height.
Yeah, you'll be
In
getting some
meter.
meaningful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Correct,
Yes, yes.
correct. Now you got it right.
Okay.
So, so the most of you have given the correct answer only. See, the first option was the height. Height is a numerical variable, and it has numbers and has numerical properties or specific unit also, like the meter or inch, whatever. The same unit is meter, but we can yeah, it's already having some like unit. That is the SI unit of the height is meter. Not SI. Correct. No. See, then the Aadhaar card number. Aadhaar card number, even though it takes number, but doesn't have a numerical properties. Like we can't do addition or subtraction or some operation are not possible for two numbers. Or we can't tell, if I'm having some Aadhaar card number and somebody is like Rao is having some Aadhaar card number, we can't tell mine Aadhaar card number is greater. Numerical we can tell, but we can't tell anything. We can't compare between both the numbers. So the same concept will be with the PAN card number also. PAN card to generally will be having some alphabetical number also, or that numerical number also. So it can't be a numerical variable. The passenger number reservation with the same concept, number is two. It's not numerical variable since it represents a particular ticket which is reserved. 1 p.m. number is not given the same concept. We can't tell somebody's number, like somebody's PNR number is greater or less than somebody, some other portion of PNR number. Stopwatch time in seconds is it's already having some unit also, that is second. We can measure in the hour, yeah, also, but we can measure, generally we used to measure the stopwatch time in the seconds. It's generally a numerical variable, as the values it takes are numbers and have numerical properties, that is the addition or subtraction operation can perform on them. It has generally the definite unit, that is the second. Now we are coming to the scales of measurement of a variable. So, okay, can somebody tell me what is the scale of measurement of a variable?
So it can be defined as that in which category a particular variable belongs. That is, whether it can these types of mathematical operations can be put on it or not, or whether it can be arranged in the increasing or decreasing order or not. So that type of categories can be called
Yeah.
a scale of measurement.
So generally, how many types we read in the class?
4 types.
Yeah, correct. So the scale of data collection requires one of the following scales of measurement, like nominal, ordinal, interval, or ratio, as a scale of measurement to measure, like not to measure, but to categorize those things, whatever the data we are having, to categorize those things in each of the following, like 4 of the following. We can classify each of the things in these 4 types. Scale of measurement is understanding the relation between the values of a values of the variable whatever we are taking. So the first category is what is the nominal scale of measurement. So please tell me what is nominal scale of measurement. Anybody else can tell me, like Prasanna or Nitish, Subudhu, Rao, Aditya. Anybody can tell me, or unmute yourself and can tell me what is generally the nominal scale of measurement. Or you can give me some examples also.
Name of the place where they are living.
Okay. Yeah.
It is name or label of
Yeah. So when the data for a variable consists of labels or names used to identify the character of an observation or the cases, the scale of measurement is generally considered as the nominal scale. You can have the examples like somebody has told about the places, also the jersey number of any student. Yeah, I'm sorry, jersey number of any players, or the gender, like the male or female. So the second one is the ordinal scale of measurement. So what is ordinal scale of measurement? What's the difference between nominal and ordinal scale of measurement?
In ordinal, there is an order to it, like good, better, best.
Yeah, yeah. So ordinal will be having all the character of the nominal scale of measurement, but the only thing is the ordinal will be having some order in that. Like if we are taking from good, better, best. So it is also a category thing only, but we are at least we are having some ordering of the thing. Yeah, yeah. Good is like better. Good is, sorry, best is better than better, and then better is better than good. So this type of thing will be there in the order scale of measurement. Yeah, the data exhibit properties of the nominal. All the properties of the nominal data will be consumed by the ordinal scale of measurement, and the order or rank of data is meaningful. The scale of measurement is generally considered a ordinal scale. Then mm, then the interval scale of measurement. So what is interval scale of measurement?
In the interval, it is in the order, but the difference is a fixed unit. That is the thing.
Can you repeat that?
In the interval scale, it is the values are in the order, but the difference between them is a some constant unit.
Yeah, correct. Generally, measurement skill where there is an order, but the difference between the two variables will be meaningful or something will be there. Yeah. So if the data have the properties, all the properties of the ordinal data, and the interval between the values is expressed in terms of some fixed unit of measure, then the scale of measurement is generally the interval scale. Then interval data are generally the numeric and find out the difference between the two states. Ratio of these are not meaningful, as no meaning of that. If you are taking the ratios of the thing, there won't be any meaning. We won't be getting any meaningful thing from the if you are doing some ratio thing and all. And because the reason for that the ratio what is that in the last line interval data are always numeric. Okay, it's fine. Can find a difference between two values. Ratio of values have no meaning here because the value of the zero is arbitrary. Okay, so there will like okay, this is for the example. We have went to the example of the temperature thing. That if we are taking the temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit, there you can't. There is no like some zero thing is there in that. If somebody some temperature is there in the Celsius, that can be there in the Fahrenheit. Some different temperature will be there in the Fahrenheit. That's why it's come under interval thing. Right. And the last one is the ratio scale of measurement. So, what is ratio scale of measurement?
They have the properties of interval scale, but the ratio of two values is meaningful.
Yeah, correct. So, if the data have all the properties of interval data and the ratio of the two values is meaningful, then the scale of measurement is generally the ratio scale. Yeah, correct. So, the question: which of the following scales have the nominal scale of measurement? A option is Prasanna. How, see, Prasanna, how you are thinking like A is a correct option? Can you tell me?
Sizes, they're qualitative.
See, this sort size, like all the sizes, we can arrange them in some order, right? This is a
Okay.
categorical thing, yeah. But we already know ki, the size of that small would be less than that medium, would be less than large or extra large or double XL, whatever that is. Right?
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So B option, how like you thought B can't be a nominal scale of measurement?
Because it will be variable between all the cases. You can't group it
See,
according to the number.
yeah, see, generally what Aadhaar card is generally a 12-digit number or 16-digit number, whatever it is. But is there any order, like if you're having some Aadhaar card number, mine Aadhaar card number, can you like can you tell ki, yours Aadhaar card number or mine Aadhaar card number is better than yours? So you can't make any conclusion from that number, right?
Okay.
So you can't tell, you can't have any order regarding that. The same thing will apply for the PAN card number also. The PAN card number too will be having some that alphabetical number also or some numerical number also. So there also you can't make any difference ki whose PAN card number is better or whose like PAN card is bekar type of thing, right?
Okay. So,
And for the same thing, and you given the passenger name reservation thing, the passenger PNR number also. PNR number also you can't tell anything about that. Whose PNR number is better, and you can't give any order regarding the PNR number also. That's why PNR number for everyone would be very like it for everyone that PNR number would be different. That's why it comes under nominal scale of measurement. And for the E, yeah, name of the vegetable would be a nominal scale of measurement because you can't tell ki, potato is better than vegetable, anything you can't tell, right? So that's why every name of the vegetable will be come under some category and there is no order regarding them. That's why it's come under nominal scale of measurement. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
But like this Aadhaar card won't be the same. Is that okay? Like if we have 100 subjects, all 100
Yeah.
cases will have different Aadhaar card numbers.
Yeah.
We can't group them based on Aadhaar card number.
Yeah.
Does it still come under nominal
A
scale or?
nominal only. Nominal only because everyone is having different Aadhaar card number. The same thing happens with the mobile number also or the
Yeah.
email address also. Everyone is having different mobile number or whatever like phone number. Everyone will be having different. But the thing is that will not come under ordinal scale for sure because there
Yeah.
no order in that. We
Yeah.
can't have an interval thing also. We because with the subtraction and multiplication or anything, if we are subtracting any mobile number, two mobile number, we are not getting any meaningful thing. So it can't come under interval also, and that is for sure. If we are taking the ratio of the mobile number also, we are not going to get anything. We are not going to get. So we are not going to get anything regarding that. Anything we are not going to get anything if you are dividing some mobile number also. So that is not going to come under the ratio thing also. So that's why it will be under nominal scale of measurement.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone else has given me the correct answer only. So B, C, B, C, D is the correct. So as already I have explained you why shirt size will come under will not come under nominal scale of measurement because we already have the order of the shirt size. Double XL will be greater than XL and that will be greater than large and medium and in the same way like smaller and the extra small will be the smallest one. That's why there is some order in that. So it will come under ordinal scale of measurement, not in the nominal scale of measurement. The same explanation we wrote here. It's a categorical variable because there is no particular order of the sizes and we already know about the ordering thing of these sizes. So it will generally come under ordinal scale of measurement, not in the nominal scale of measurement. The same thing happened with the Aadhaar card number also. Aadhaar card is also a categorical variable only. If you are having 100 cases or if you are having 100 or 1,000 observation of the cases, everyone would be having different Aadhaar card number, and we can't do anything with the Aadhaar card. We can't do any subtraction or we can numerically we can do addition or subtraction with the Aadhaar card number, but we are not going to get any conclusion from there. Okay, and we are not going to tell ki somebody's Aadhaar card number is better than another one. So that also is not going to happen. That's why it's come under nominal scale of measurement, not in the ordinal, because there is no order from the we can't get any order from the Aadhaar card number. So there is no particular order in the Aadhaar card numbers. One Aadhaar card is not greater than or less than any another Aadhaar card number. So it generally comes under nominal scale of measurement. And the third option was the PAN card number. The same thing will happen with the PAN card number also. It is also a categorical variable, categorical variable only, and there is no comparison between the two PAN card number. So that also generally come under nominal scale of measurement. The last one is the name of the vegetable. The name of the vegetable. This is also a categorical thing only. There are thousand number of, and we can have the data of like 100 number of name of the vegetables, and we can't tell anything regarding the we can get like the cauliflower is better than or potato, and we can't tell anything regarding, we can't compare to vegetable. That's why it generally comes under nominal scale of measurement. The same thing is, this is not the particular order. There is no particular order in the vegetable. Potatoes or something are not greater than or tomatoes, or chili is not greater than onions. So name of the vegetable generally have the nominal scale of measurement. So this is the seventh question. You can read and you can go through that. In a supermarket, the bill for each customer is given in an order table form. The bill for the customer Pavitra, dated on 1st March 2021, is given in the table. Assume the cost per unit is a continuous numerical variable, and also assume that all the items are a stack. Total cost is calculated in some formulas. The formulas are also given. So yeah, what is the question there? Okay, the question is, given data is time series or cross sectional. Okay. So yeah, the question is ki whether this whatever the data we are having, whether this is a time series data or cross sectional data. So you can write in the chat box. Yeah, in 2-3 minutes you can give me the answer. So all of you has given the correct answer only. It's a cross-sectional, like cross-sectional data, because the data is taken from some customer Pavitha, yeah, who purchased the item at a particular instant of time. So it is a cross-sectional data. So nobody is having doubt in this question, right? Everyone has given the correct answer only, but only 5-6 people has given the correct. Like there are more than 15-16 students, only 5 students has given the answer. So no, more than 5. Okay, everybody has given. The most of you has given the answer. Fine. Okay, so can you tell me about the which and all are the variables? So how many variables are there from this data set? Okay, there are 6. Is it fine? Everyone is able to say no? There are 6 numbers of variables are there, and how many cases are there? Yeah, how many cases are there? 6. Is anybody having any confusion in this? Like how many variables are there or the cases are there? Okay, is it fine? Well,
Sir, actually, I
so
wanted to ask a question.
yeah.
Sir, why don't we consider serial number as a variable?
Serial number is just to show ki how many data are there, nothing else. So we can't. This is not a part of a data, right? See, item number is a part of data, category is part of data, brand is part of data, cost per unit, units, and total cost. We are getting some confusion from there. But serial number is not a part of. See, normally whenever we'll write the data somewhere in the CSV file or in the Excel file, they already will tell us about the serial number and all. So then we need not to consider the serial number as a part of our data. Okay, that is just showing how many cases are there. That's it, nothing else, right? So that's why generally we don't consider serial number as a variable. Okay,
Okay, sir.
yeah. So so cost per unit is a what, like numerical, like discrete or continuous? Cost per unit variable.
Continuous, sir.
Okay. Yeah, fine. So everyone should write in the chat box so that we can discuss. I'll be able to like discuss, or like I'll be knowing ki whether it is like whether we should discuss or not. Okay. And units is a continuous number of units of any product. Is a continuous or discrete thing. And the total cost. So there are some confusion. Like somebody has told total cost is a discrete. Like how you thought the total cost can be, like just tell me how you thought it's a discrete or a continuous. Like yeah. Can you unmute yourself and you can come?
No, sir. Just like here, there are only discrete numbers. I thought it would be discrete. But I
Okay.
got
No.
it. It's
Yeah,
continuous.
yeah, yeah. It can be a continuous because it depends on the cost per unit. If some, like the price of something is like 1.1, and after multiplication with that, we are getting total cost as a we can get total cost as a discrete also. We can get total cost as a continuous also. That's why it would be a continuous thing, right?
Yes, sir, got it.
Yeah, fine, cool. So the brand would be a which type of whether it's a categorical or not. The brand variable is a categorical thing or not. Yeah, categorical. Viraj is correct. And category. Yeah, it's a categorical value. Yeah, nominal also fine, but yeah, cool. It's a nominal also. Yeah, category and brand is also a nominal. There's no order in that. And the item name, can you tell me the item name regarding which scale of measurement is that? And whether it is a nominal or interval or okay, yeah. And the number of units, no, number of units is a which type of scale of measurement? Okay, so even if you have given Priyadarshan Singh, Prasanna, Gururaj, how is it a ordinal unit? Like unit, how number of units is a ordinal scale of measurement? Or Prasanna Vanidu is okay, discrete is fine. Olivia has told nominal. Olivia, can you tell me how it is a nominal scale of measurement? Like we are already in the form of numerical.
Actually, the concept I give that nominal because that units like between two units we no need to add something or subtract, but it is a numerical, so nominal can't be numerical. So that's also I was a
See,
little bit
I'll tell
confused.
you, see, nominal, just remember कि nominal, if you are having a different category of thing, okay, there are so many categories, like you were confused with Aadhaar card number also. See, there are so many numbers are there, but if you are having two Aadhaar card number, we can't do anything with that. Okay, we can't, with the addition, subtraction, multiplication, we can't do anything with that. We don't have any order also. That's why that was nominal. See, here we are having number of units. If you have purchased something, if you purchased like something, some biscuits, two packets, and I bought four packets, so we can compare things like yeah, I bought more number of packets than yours, right?
Yes.
So we are able to compare things. Okay. So so nominal it can't be. So there won't be any confusion regarding this thing. Okay, this is in the form of numerical. That is fine. And in most of the cases, nominal won't be in the form of numerical also. See, only Aadhaar card and PAN card was the thing, or BNI number was the thing that was in the form of numerical, but that was nominal. But in most of the cases, nominal won't be in the form of numerical also. So here, so now, and here too, everything is there. In the number of units, you will be finding order also. There are so many orders also. If the number of units, if somebody is buying five packets, is greater than number of like four packets, is greater than three packets or greater than two packets. Okay, so it is having the properties of ordinal also. But see, number of units will be having properties of interval, everything it's having. See, we can do the ratio thing also. If you have bought four number of packets and I bought two number of packets of something, so we can tell ki you have bought twice the number of packets as mine, right? So there's a ratio thing also. So this will come under the ratio scale of measurement. Okay, now you got it, Olivia.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should not be having any confusion regarding that. If you are happy, see, so
Because
if
it
you
has
have,
all the we can differently explain all the properties of the scale. other
Yeah, yeah.
in different cases.
See, we can
So
do the
that's
addition
why it
also.
comes.
Yeah, yeah. We can. If somebody has bought one number of units and somebody has bought two numbers of units, and somebody has bought three number of units, so then we can tell ki, this plus this
Yes,
is
we have
three. Yeah,
total number of units. That's total number
yeah.
of chocolates. Our items are different, but total number of chocolates, how many packets are there, so we can calculate.
Yeah, yeah. So we can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, everything we can do here. Okay. And there is a zero thing also ki if somebody has not bought anything, we can tell ki he has not bought anything. He has bought zero numbers of packets. That's why it will come under the ratio scale of measurement. Right?
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, yeah. So Priyadarshan is given as the right answer. Prasanna is a numerical. Okay. How Sanjeev or Jay has given an interval. Jay or Sanjeev, anyone can come and can unmute yourself. We can discuss. Right. Okay, fine. So now you got it. Like Sanjay or Sandheri or Sandheri or Jay or Sanjeev. Everybody got right.
Yeah, sorry. I am not still clear on how it is a ratio scale because units, there is a fixed interval. That is why I thought it is a fixed unit. That is why it is a interval scale. But how it could be a ratio scale, that I have not understood.
See, we are having the number of units, right?
Yeah.
Number of units somebody has bought. Like, see, if you bought something like number of packets of biscuits, you have bought four, and I bought two, right? So we can tell, okay, you have bought twice as mine. Like whatever I have bought, the number of packets you have bought the twice that number. Like so, we are able to do the multiplication thing also. We are able to do addition subtraction also. Now, right? Are you getting my point?
Yeah. Okay.
See, in the interval, you can't do the multiplication thing now.
Okay.
See, here you are able to do everything.
Okay.
Hmm?
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Super. Is anybody is having any doubts in this question?
So I was having one more question, but not
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
respect to this. It was on the
Okay.
question number 5. There was a stopwatch, and
Okay, yeah.
the question was whether it is a numerical variable. So my
Okay.
question is, if it is suppose stopwatch units are not given, let's say the time measured in the stopwatch unit is not given, then will it be a numerical variable?
See, normally, numerical only. Stopwatch is a numerical thing only. I think so. You are getting confused with the scale of measurement you are asking, ratio thing or not. But wait. I'll see the question once. Then, yeah. Mm, yeah. See. So you are asking the stopwatch whether if we didn't give any like unit.
Scale,
Yes.
unit, right?
Unit. So it's normally enough time how we can measure the time in the form of seconds only we can measure, right? Is there any method to measure time?
Yeah,
Do
no,
you
my
know?
point was, let's say there is a time measurement given, and it is the having the different units for different cases. So will it be a
Mhm.
variable?
Can you repeat that? If
So
we are
I
having
mean, some cases it is given in the seconds, some it is in the minutes, some it is in the hours.
okay, so
So will
everything,
that be considered as a variable?
yeah, it will be considered in the see if you are asking okay, yeah, somebody has in a marathon, if some people's like A has run in 20 seconds, not in 20 seconds, 1.5 like 1 minute 20 seconds in some, and somebody has if we have somebody has collected the data and somebody has wrote like that what was the time taken by each and every person. if A has taken 1 minute 20 seconds and somebody has written, yeah, B has taken 72 seconds. Okay, so both will come under the category of that one only. How much time it has to for each and every people to complete that 100-meter race or that marathon. Okay, so whether that is written in a second or that is in a minute, we can convert those in one form of measurement scale, right? And the second or in the end, we can convert that into minute thing. So that will come under the variable only. Okay, because for the each and every cases like A, B, C, D, like 10 people has ran. If for the all the cases we are having that data. Okay, so
And
that will
if a unit is not specified, then
unit is not specified means we don't know about the units you are asking, you are telling.
yeah.
See, if we
Without unit, if the values are given, then whether it is a variable.
just for example, let's give you one example. Then only I can tell you. Just tell me one example where the units is not good. There are so
No,
many things now.
it's a simple question. I mean, in the question itself, it is specifically written that the time in seconds, right? And
Yeah.
it is mentioned it has a definite units as a second. So what is that?
No, that is
What
not.
is
See, you can write here minutes also. It's not about the second. It's a written. It will. See, it's not about the. See, if you are measuring in second only, then it will come under numerical variable. If you are measuring in minute also, it will come under numerical variable only. If you are measuring
yeah
in hours also, it will come under numerical variable only. So
yeah
that's what.
that part is
Yeah,
clear. So my
yeah.
question was if the data is given in this the time which is given but without units, so will that be considered as a variable still?
See, can you like see for the number
It can be a mistake also, but then it is without unit.
see,
Then will it be considered as a variable?
see, if we are having some variable, see, what do you mean by variable? First, tell me. If we are having some data and we are collecting something, some properties of some cases, like for the example, if we are having 10 patients and then we are calculating some properties of all those patients, then that is a variable, right? That is clear to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like for example, we are calculating BP. BP, we don't see. There is a thing like there is a scale of that. We generally measure in of Hg. Okay, mercury. But if that is written without that also, and if we are calculating for all the patient, if we are calculating the BP thing, and that is written without the scale also, that will be a variable only, because we are calculating for all those cases the one properties. We are calculating the heart rate. We are calculating for in 1 minute how many times the heart generally beats. Okay, so that will come under the variable only. If we are calculating something, some properties of some patient or some observation, and we are writing in one row, that is that one column, that will come under one that will be a variable only. Okay, and if your doubt is regarding the numerical variable, so whether the stopwatch you are writing second, whatever the unit you are writing, that will be a numerical variable only. So now it will, I think so it will be clear to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Super. So anybody is having any doubt in this, whatever the questions, 7, 8 questions we have discussed in now? So you can just unmute yourself and yeah. Ask.
I have one doubt, and that if name of the vegetables is nominal scale of measurement, I understood.
Yeah.
But if it is given that only vegetables, so should I consider the name of the vegetable or the weight of the vegetable or other kind? Only given the vegetables, nothing is other given.
Vegetables, only vegetables is given, then you can't say. It depends on the context. What is he asking? If somebody is asking weight of the vegetable, then it can't weight of the vegetable, so you can do everything with that. So it can come under the ratio. If somebody is
Yes.
writing, yeah, name of the vegetable, that means we are writing the name or the name of the people. So then also whatever, yeah. So name of the peoples
But
also will
if
come
it
under
is given only vegetables, we can consider
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, no, we can't say anything about that. If see, it's only written person. Okay, we can't tell anything about that now. If we are asking about the height of the person, the weight, or the name of the person, we can't tell anything. No?
Okay.
Yeah, cool. In any question, any other question, any other point or whatever? Do you have any doubt? Like in the sixth, we were having the last question, right? In the, does anybody has doubt in any question, like in this question? Any question? Do you remember any doubts? Anything? We can discuss. We are having half an hour now. 20, yeah, 24 minutes we are having. We can discuss those things. So here we are having one data set. Can you tell me how many variables are there? The data set of some patient or something. Yeah. So how many variables are there? Okay, 7. So whether weight is a categorical variable or not? And whether the patient is having vomiting will come under categorical or not? So the weight will come in which scale of measurement? Weight of a person? And that the vomiting thing will come under which scale? Whatever the like we are having yes or no, in which category, like in which scale of measurement will come? Yeah, correct. And for the headache? Yeah, correct. And the temperature in Fahrenheit? Yeah, correct. Interval. It will come under interval. But if the temperature is given in Kelvin, then yeah, correct. How many rays, like what is that? How many cases are there in this data set? Fine.
Sir, actually, I had a question.
Yeah. Tell me.
In the previous question, question number 3, what scale of measurement would be of blood pressure?
Okay. Acha, blood pressure. Okay. Yes. Wait. Which was yes. Yeah. See, the blood pressure generally we are having two numbers. Okay, that is the systolic number and the diastolic number. If you are considering only systolic or diastolic, like no, you'll be knowing ki, that BP thing like 120 by 80 is the the zeros can measurement is there. Zeros can measurement. Why Shubham Pal? Shubham, what do you think? Which one it should come under? Which category it should come under?
So ratio scale of measurement should.
Why?
So because it is a ratio of two number and
Sir, I think it must come under interval
Why interval?
because we can't perform multiplication or division operation on it.
We see. I'm also not from medical background. I also don't know about the how BP is measured under that. That I know that generally measured some unit is there, some mercury thing and all we generally measure with the help of some mmHg is the unit of that BP. So whether in the temperature to from the starting from the childhood we've heard 0 Kelvin and all we know. But for the blood pressure, whether that zero thing is there or not, whether have you haven't heard about the BP as a zero or something like that. So that's why I
Sir,
also
as well as if we take any ratio of two blood pressures, for example,
yeah.
the systolic one, we can't say that this blood pressure, person of this blood pressure is twice as high as.
Yeah. We can't tell. Yeah, because generally, see the thing is from which point we generally measure the BP. There would be some random, not random. There will be some specified point from where we'll be measuring the thing. So that's why I think so. We can't tell if somebody is having 60 that diastolic thing that is 60 mmg of mercury of like blood pressure and somebody is having 120, we can't directly tell that person is having that twice things and all. Right. BP zero is not death. BP zero means there is no circulation of blood in the body. So yeah, this will come under.
So the normal BP is 120/80.
Yeah, that is fine.
So it
But
is calculated according to that whether it is high BP or low BP.
yeah, that is fine. Yeah, we generally calculate. If somebody is having more than 140 or 130, I've heard about this. If somebody is having more than 138 mmHg of that systolic thing and more than 90 of that diastolic thing, that will come under high BP. That but the thing is how we generally measure that. We need to see how generally we measure, from whether which 0 points or some standard thing is there. We need to see that one. Then we can describe.
I think there is no negative BP we measure, but then that in that sense it should be a ratio scale.
So there is it is a interval thing, or wait, I'll wait for some time.
Sir, I think if it has absolute 0, then it would be ratio.
Yeah, that is what I also thought. Absolute 0, but I haven't heard about that thing. That's why I can't clearly say.
But in the scale also, there is no negative side to the BP. So that means absolute 0 is there.
See, if we are considering only pressure, so we can tell pressure, we can do everything in the pressure. But in the blood pressure, we can't say, because it's a medical term. For the pressure, we can tell pressure can be negative, pressure can be 0, and pressure can be positive. So it can come under ratio. But for the BP, whether in the body, generally the BP measurement generally, whatever I have seen from the data set and all, it generally varies from like 100 to 150 and all, something like that. Okay, so 0 BP is possible or not, and negative also is not possible, right? So we can't say
for a dead person it will be 0, I think.
Yeah, for the dead person it will be 0.
Actually in Google it says that BP can be 0, but it is a case of extreme cases. Like it can lead to the dizziness, but I don't have medical knowledge. But medically it says.
Right. Yeah, that's the problem. Even I am not from medical background, so I can't say anything about the BP thing. Okay. So we need to check about that BP, how generally that is measured.
So can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
BP 0 is possible when a patient dies, his BP will be 0. So there is a 0. So I guess it should be ratio scale.
Yeah, then it would be a ratio scale only, because negative thing we haven't heard, and 0 is possible. Then it will come under the ratio only.
Yeah.
But sir, its ratio of 2 BP is meaningful or not?
Ratio to BP.
Yes, because if we consider it in a ratio scale of measurement, then the ratio of 2 BP blood pressure must have some meaning, that it is twice of this.
Yes, that is possible. Some patients can have a BP of 200 and others can have a BP of 100. You can say his BP is twice that of his.
Yeah, we can tell if somebody is having the 90 as a systolic and somebody is having 180, we can tell his BP is double as that of. So there is a confusion between this ratio and interval. Okay, we can discuss this. I'll check once regarding that BP thing.
Yeah.
Now I thought it should be come under ratio, because we can do all those mathematical thing also, and that absolute 0 thing is also there. In extreme cases we are having, if somebody is dead, there is no circulation of blood, there is no pressure in the veins or arteries of the person, then it would be 0. Okay, then so 0 thing is also there. Then we are able to do the multiplication thing also.
Sir?
Yeah.
So am I audible?
Yeah,
am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I just googled it. So actually the absolute 0 is defined by the atmospheric pressure. So like if we are in outer space, the measurement would change. So whatever the scale they use, it actually derives absolute 0 depending upon the atmospheric pressure.
Yeah.
So
That is what I was.
That is why there is no absolute 0, because it is dependent on the atmosphere. it would vary. For instance, if you go to the higher altitude regions, there the atmospheric pressure would be low. So by default, body's pressure would be high, but their
Yeah.
scale of measure would adjust to that.
Yes, yeah. That is what I also in the starting I thought ki how generally is it measured? It depends on ki how generally it is measured. Whether it is measured from that you told the ATM, that atmospheric pressure,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
standard
Yes.
atmospheric pressure, or something else. Then on that context we can define ki whether this generally is having some negative thing. Because I have heard, like not heard, I have read somewhere ki a negative atmospheric pressure is also possible inside our body. Because some of my friends were doing some project and there he was studying, there he was doing some experiment in which he was using some negative atmospheric pressure inside the body itself. So I'm not sure about this whether it will come under interval and ratio.
Yeah, so I suppose based on whatever I could read that it comes under interval because absolute zero is not defined. It will change depending on many factors.
Yeah,
So
depend, it will
if it is
change depending
changing,
on the scale also. No, scale on the measurement
scale
scale
itself is
also.
not defined. Scale itself is not defined. No, scale is
Yeah.
changing according to other factors.
Hmm.
So
So okay, I'll discuss it. It's a good, like it was a good question only.
If we limit our discussion to only BP, then I think it should be blood pressure of a human being with reference to whatever atmospheric pressure. I mean,
Yeah,
that should be a constant. So
yeah.
in that case, it must be a ratio scale. That is what I guess.
Yeah. You are correct. It will fall under ratio if we are not considering all those things. So it will come under a ratio scale only because we are able to do all those things. Whatever the properties of ratio scale is, we are having. We can do those things, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and all those things, and we'll be getting some meaningful thing also after this addition and multiplication. And we are having that zero thing also. If some we are excluding all those ifs and buts of from here, if we are having zero as a, like whenever the person is dead or whatever, that the BP thing can be a zero at that time. So absolute zero is also there, and all those that addition, subtraction, all those mathematical things also we are able to do here. So that's why it will come under ratio scale of measurement. Yeah, so you are correct only. It will fall under ratio scales. But if the context is changing, like if somebody is changing the context, how we are measuring those things, and those things, if we are considering, then it can change. Then there will be a confusing thing. But whatever we are having now, yeah, this is a like zero thing is also there. Everything is every like all the properties it is satisfying for the ratio scale, so it will fall under ratio scale of measurement. Yeah.
I have one small doubt in another question. Can I ask now?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, actually, in that case, that the Cadbury unit cases,
Yeah.
that one, the data.
Yeah. Tell me.
So, according to the new discrete variable and continuous variable, what I understood that discrete variable is, you can say that it can be it is by counting we measured,
Yeah.
and it is a for continuous cases is a measurement. So, for an example, between an interval, discrete variable can't achieve all the values, but continuous variable can achieve all the values.
Yeah. You are correct.
But if we consider these units of this Cadbury, different type of Cadburys, then how can it achieve all the values between
So
1
where
to 5 if I
we told
consider?
unit is a discrete one. It's not continuous.
No,
We already discussed now. Units is a discrete variable. It's not a continuous because unit can't take values as 1.5, right? It
yes,
can't tell na, ki you got 1.5 packet of something. We can't tell like that, right?
yes.
Yeah, that's
But
why it
sir,
will
I
come.
think it is measuring unit. No, measuring unit can be, it can be a half liter of milk also.
Yeah,
If it
half
is a
liter of
volume
milk
and
is a
No, it
different
is
range,
a
it
question.
can be a
Cadbury, na. It
different.
is a dairy milk silk.
Yeah,
So it
half
is.
liter of thing is a different thing. Here we are just considering the number of units somebody has bought, that chocolate or something, some biscuits. Here the thing is very different from that, whatever you are telling. So here generally how many numbers of packets or how many biscuits or chocolates somebody has bought, like somebody has bought that Cadbury Dairy Milk as 1 unit. Somebody has bought that classmate long notebook 4 units. So we can't tell you have bought 4.5 units of some notebook. We can't tell like that. That's why it's come under discrete. Whenever there is a, like, we can't have a decimal thing now, we can't have a, yeah, whether in the plotting graph also, whenever you will plot the graph of a continuous, you can't just while plotting the graph, you will not remove your pen from while plotting the graph. But in the discrete, whenever you are drawing something on the pen, you need to put your, like, drop your pen like that. Like, see, if you are like in the discrete, if you are having the value like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can't just draw the line from 1 to 5. Okay, you need to draw, like, you need to put the point in 1, 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. That is discrete. If you are calculating, if you are telling the number can be from 1 to 5, you just need to plot the graph or whatever you need to plot from 1 to 5. You need not to remove the pen from the paper, right? That is the most important difference between category, that continuous and discrete. Okay, so you would have understood now, right?
So in this context,
Yes.
we assume that these food pack, they are pre-packed packets, and so that is
Yeah,
why they are units in only. They cannot
yeah,
be continuous. They should be
yeah, yeah,
discrete.
yeah, correct, correct.
Actually, in previous discussion, it was like concluded that it was continuous. That's why I asked. Cost per
Units.
unit was continuous and unit
Yeah,
was
yeah.
also continuous. So
No,
that's
no.
why I asked.
Okay. No, no. See that.
Because
Yeah, yeah,
total cost was continuous, I can understand, but cost
yeah,
per
yeah.
unit also, but that was the conclusion. But
Yeah,
now
yeah, yeah.
it's
Units, it depends. If somebody is telling, if you are buying one, see, it's a simple thing. You can't tell ki you are buying 1.5 thing, 1.5 times of that notebook. You can't tell like that. It's not at all. See, for the milk and all, you can tell ki, you are buying that 1.5 liter, or you are purchasing 1.5 liter of milk or something. You can tell in that. You can tell ki, you are buying 1.25 gram of something. You can tell like that. But you can't, in the number of units, you can't tell. Yeah, you are buying 1.2 times of something. You are buying, 1.2 times, you are 1.2 packets of that Cadbury chocolate. You can't tell like that, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's why it will come under unit, it will come under discrete. Okay, I'll check regarding that thing, whether the same example was discussed.
Yes,
Whether the same.
actually in previous cases when we discussed, so it was concluded. That's why.
Okay, the same example was there.
Yes, almost same example. Like in this today's session, also in the almost first half, that was discussed that cost per unit was continuous because it can we can
Yeah, you
take
can
the
take all the
value.
value. Yeah,
Yes, and total cost also a continuous.
but
Though
unit can.
here from the data we can say that it is discrete, but we can assume that it is discrete. But if we change the value, then total cost can be different. But units can only be discrete. So
Yeah. So now, okay, I'll check once, but I'm pretty sure that number of units is discrete one. So there should not be any confusion regarding that. Okay, is it fine for you? Yeah. So okay, so now we can conclude the session, right? Like, we can end the session now. Was that like helpful for everyone? Like, all those questions was helpful for everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, nice.
Yes, sir, very much.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So okay, we'll end the session now. So now hopefully everyone is fine, like in the COVID scenario and all. What? Uh,
So these sessions will be conducted every week, is it? Similar
Yeah,
sessions.
yeah. Every week there 2-3 sessions will be there. One will be on the basis of activity question. One will be on the like that, whatever we have did, like we did interactive session. And yeah, 3 sessions will be there every week.
3 different sessions.
Yeah.
Suppose we miss out, we can watch it in the YouTube.
Yeah. Sure.
Sir, are you sharing this PPT with us?
I think so. They will share. Okay, I'll tell them to share this PPT on your portal. So last time they've shared or not? Hello, are you able to hear me? Like last time they've shared or not?
Actually,
No,
with the joint PD answers, we get all the PDFs. Which, whatever responses we recorded and all the
Yeah.
presentation.
Okay. So maybe okay. I'll tell them to share this PPT.
Sessions per week, they'll have different sets of questions, is it? Or
Yeah. All the session will be having different sets of questions.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Jay.
Sir, can we know your good name, please?
Oh, Vishal.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.